Hey guys, it's Mr. Andrew Starr. Oh shit, that's my actual real name. No, it's Stop Speeding. No, it's Meth Recovery. Who the fuck am I? That's a question I gotta figure out. That's not a question for y'all. That's a question for me. And today I'm gonna be questioning me a lot. Questioning who I am on the inside and how I appear on the outside, right? So, my whole fucking life, been a drug addict, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know my story. Cry, 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 victim, victim, victim. Excuse. Life is hard, but whatever, man. Like, my whole life I've been having the hardest fucking time connecting with people. Connecting with people, living with people, working with people, going to the grocery store with people, anything that has to do with people, I fucking tense up and I feel all uncomfortable and I feel all scared, and people are my fucking problem, man. If I could live in this world without other people here, this world would be perfect. But what would this world look like without anybody here? It'd be probably hella boring, bro. It'd be hella boring, it'd be hella lonely. But hella boring and hella lonely kind of sound like what I'm going through right now. Because I isolate from people and I hide from them. So, not too much different than what I'm going through right now. So bam, there's a conflict right there. You know what I mean? A lot of my sobriety and a lot of me wanting to use and a lot of me feeling like I need to be fucked up all the time is just so I can be around other people, man. I never have the desire to use when I'm alone. Like, if I'm alone and you just give me an Xbox, that's an Xbox with Wi-Fi, and I'm alone, I'm completely content with that. I can fucking live the rest of my 20, 30 years, however much I have left of life. I'm 40, so like 20 years is probably gonna be generous, but we'll say 20 years, right? These next 20 years, I gotta fucking learn how to live with people, bro. And I'm not doing a very good job at it, man. And I'm just now noticing that I'm not doing a good job at it. And my whole life, I was always like, maybe I'm introverted because everybody else around me, they can connect with other people so easily. I watch them at work, I watch them at meetings, I watch them, you know, everywhere I go, just able to connect with people so easily, and I'm not able to do that, and it makes me jealous, man, and it makes me really angry. And the more I go into that, the angrier and jealous I get, and the more of a recluse I become, and the more isolated I become, and the worse this problem gets, man. So right now I have to break out of this fucking problem, bro. And how do I do that? Well, I always thought changing the way I think. If I change the way I think, then everything else will come naturally. So I'm trying to change the way I think, man. I'm trying not to be so judgmental. I'm trying not to be so just always, yeah, judgmental, just judging people. I need to let people just be and let them live and let them be themselves. But my whole life has been, I can't connect with people. I'm trying to change the way I look at things. I'm trying to change everything, man, because the way I am living is not fucking working at all. I'm always angry, I'm always depressed, I always am full of anxiety, man. And I cannot live my next 20 years like this, dude. I want to be free. And that's why I use drugs and alcohol, so I can be free. I'm just searching for relief. I'm just searching for freedom. And I'm not finding it fucking anywhere. I'll find it in a drug for a week or two. Oh, kratom. Here's this drug you can do if you're in sobriety, and it doesn't count as a relapse, and it's a drug you can take with no consequences. Okay, I'm fucking searching for some fucking relief, so let's try that. Okay, cool. We get on kratom. Our depression's gone. Our anxiety's gone. I feel the need to connect with others. I feel like my old self. Holy fuck. I just solved my whole problem. Holy shit. Fast forward a couple years, and kratom isn't working anymore, and I have a full-time job and a girlfriend, and I have all these responsibilities, and I'm relying on kratom to keep these things. To be able to go to work, I have to take kratom, because if I don't, my anxiety and my restlessness and my anger is through the roof. So I'm completely dependent on this thing now, even though I was told that wouldn't happen. And that's so silly, dude. As a drug addict, like, someone tells you about a drug, oh, but you won't get addicted to it, it's different than the others, and you still get addicted to it. And when I don't take it, I have physical withdrawals, bro. So like, fuck yeah, that's what I get for fucking listening to shit that goes against my spirit. You know what I mean? My spirit, bro, my spirit knows when shit's bad and when shit's good. And my spirit knew kratom was bad, and it fucking was telling me on the inside, bro, you know better than this. Come on now, you've already fallen down this path, this trap so many times. What are you doing? But I still fell for it. You know why? Because I need fucking relief. But why do I need relief? Because the human beings fucking make me feel this way, bro. Okay, so we can't take kratom. Kratom isn't a solution. So what else could we change? Like, I've tried all the chemicals. I've tried everything everybody suggested. Nothing's working. Nothing's working at all. So maybe I have to, like, change something inside of myself. Which, at this point in time, dude, I'm so desperate for relief. I'm so desperate for, I just want to be normal, man. I just want to be a fucking normal person who gets up at 6 a.m., goes to work, and while they're at work, they're fucking happy and, hey, Julia, how are you? Hey, Andy, how are you? Not how I go to work, a fucking drenching in sweat, fucking shaking because I'm so nervous, because I'm like, oh my god, what if I get called on to do this task? What if I get called on to do this task? I don't know how to do that. What if people see me being embarrassed and don't know? I can seriously spin these stories and these plots in my head and these narratives and completely fuck myself up. And I need relief from that, and kratom was the relief from that, man. But it stopped working, so fuck, man. I know I can't do meth, I know I can't smoke weed, I know I can't drink, and now I can't do kratom. So what do I do now? So my next excuse, because I'm always looking for an excuse, man. Like, my whole life is just in a big excuse, and that's not on purpose. That's honestly just me with an addiction, with mental illness, trying to figure out why I'm not like everyone else. And for these last 38 years of life, I think I'm 38. I might be 37. I was born in 88. Fuck, that's not what's important. All these years in life, I've just been trying to figure out, why am I so different than everyone, man? Why does everyone else have such a seamless, easy time with connecting with others, and they don't let shit like blow up in their head? Like, when the smallest thing goes wrong in my life, I just fucking freak out. Oh, and I rage out, and I see these people go through the same things as me, and they don't freak out, and they just handle it with grace and with easiness. And I'm like, why isn't that me? I went to the same schools as them. I've done all the same shit as them. Why don't I have those skills? So in my head, I'm thinking of, why am I so different? And right now, it's like really trendy and popular on the internet to be like, oh, you have autism. Oh, you have ADD. Oh, you're an introvert. So for the longest time, I thought my problem was, maybe I'm introverted and everybody else is extroverted. So bam, I finally found my problem. Holy shit. And you know when I find my problem? When I've been searching for the solution for decades. So you know when I find it, I get hella excited. Fuck yeah. And I started Googling. I started getting on Reddit and going to the introvert subreddit. And I start reading through everything all the introverts on the Reddit say, and I relate to them, and they're saying all the same things as me. How they can't relate to people, how they feel so weird around people, all this stuff, and I started buying into it. And extrovertism and introvertism are very real things, and I'm not trying to discredit being an introvert. That is a very real thing. I don't think it was personally what was going on with me though. And that's the thing when we self-diagnose, right? I can't be bothered to go to a fucking therapist. First of all, I don't have health insurance, so I couldn't go see one even if I wanted to, and I really want to. But let's move past that excuse. I don't have the money to see a therapist. But I'm sure if I went to some government program, or if I went to the city and told them about my problem. I'm in California, which is like the biggest hand me out liberal state. So I'm sure I could find a free therapist if I really looked hard enough. So I'm not gonna blame any of that on my poverty, me being poor fucking loser. I'm gonna blame it on my laziness and just not finding one. I did therapists since I was a little kid. I had a bunch of childhood trauma when I was super small, and my parents have been sending me to therapy since I was like 10 years old. All through junior high, all through high school, I went to therapy, man. And it didn't help me at that time, but obviously, like, why didn't it help me at that time? It didn't help me because I was a little fucking kid I had no desire to, like, be helped or want to change. Like, how's it, I don't know, man. I don't understand how a therapist helps a child like that. I'm sure they have their techniques and ways, but I was already set in my ways, and whatever therapist was telling me, I wasn't going to utilize or anything. So I guess in my head, like, ever since then, I've just been like, oh, therapists are full of shit. They're just trying to get you on SSRIs. They're not really trying to help you. They're just trying to make big pharma money. So I don't do therapists, man. Maybe I should. Like, I probably should talk to a therapist. And I'm at that point in my life where I have enough discomfort and enough uneasiness and enough like pain that I want to change. But okay, so, man, I'm rambling like a motherfucker, but it doesn't matter. Only like 100 people watch this, so it doesn't fucking matter. I thought, okay, well, my problem is I'm an introvert and everyone else is an extrovert. So I was living in all these sober houses, and when you live in a sober house, you're a dude drug addict in a house with 10 other dude drug addicts. So it's the big social game, like just like high school, just like your job. Your sober houses are the big social game. You got your cliques, the popular guys, the not so popular guys, and the losers. And what do you think Stop Speeding was? Was he a popular guy? Shit. Maybe when I was streaming, I was a popular guy. That was the only time I've ever been a popular guy. Anything else in life, I'm the fucking loser. You know what I mean? I know that going into it. As soon as I move into the house, I know I'm not gonna fit in with these people. They're gonna have a problem with me. And that's the thing, man. Like, in our minds, you can set up your failure. A lot of times, man, like, I have a job or I get a new job and I say, man, it's a forklift job. I've never driven a forklift. I'll never be able to do that. And I plant that seed in my head and it grows. And then when I go drive that forklift, all those thoughts I had before I drove the forklift manifest. And then all my anxiety comes out and I drive the forklift like shit. You know why? Because I manifested that reality. I thought I was shit, so shit came out. Alright, and that's where I'm going with this video. I thought I was introverted, so introverted came out. For the longest time, I was reading this introverted subreddit, and I was going out, where are the extroverts? Man, fuck extroverts. They need people to validate them. They need people to talk to them because they're lonely. They're just lonely people that are fucking losers, and they pick on us introverts so they can have someone to talk to drag them out of that loneliness. Us introverts are the ones dragging them out of fucking loneliness, and we're actually their saviors. So how dare them treat us how they do? And in my mind, I was totally just going at war with extroverts, and I had to really start looking. Am I an introvert? Or am I just a pussy? I had to start asking myself that question, bro, because I thought finding out my problem, being an introvert, would solve the problem. But it didn't solve the problem. It actually kind of made the problem worse. I started becoming angrier at confident people, and I started becoming angrier at extroverted people. It didn't make it better. So I need to make it better, man. I'm just trying to live on this earth happy. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not happy right now. I'm not. But I'm on the journey to becoming happy. So that to me gives me hope that I'm on the journey to becoming happy. But whatever, I'm not happy. So I'm trying to figure out why I'm not happy. And I'm starting to figure out that maybe I'm not an introvert. So I start getting out of my comfort zone. Whenever people ask me to hang out, even though I just worked a 12-hour shift and I have to be back in 5 hours, I go and do it. Because honestly, it's not very often people ask me to hang out. So if people ask me to hang out, I should probably go do it. And even though I'm such an introvert and I only need myself, I don't need anyone else, guess what happens, bro? I go out with people and I feel happier than I was before I left. And as a drug addict, that's huge, because what we use drugs, why? To feel happier than we were before we used them. And holy shit, going out and hanging out with people made me happier than I was before I went and hung out with them. So holy shit, being around people is kind of a drug. It kind of is. And holy fuck, I find myself actually connecting with people. And holy fuck, I find myself becoming actually confident and growing past these barriers and chains I placed on myself. And so maybe I wasn't an introvert after all. Maybe I was just a huge fucking pussy. So at the end of the day, guys, I'm just trying to say that feeling like a weirdo and feeling like you don't fit in, we have to examine the things that are making us feel that way. And we have to ask, is this something I can overcome? Is this something I can change? Or is this something that's caused by something else? And usually it's back on me. I can change the way I act, I can change the way I do things, and then I'll fit better in line when I'm at work around other people. I just need to change something in myself. It has nothing to do with being an autist or introverted or none of that, but I gotta do some internal soul searching. I gotta change some things in here. and then those things will manifest, hopefully. I'll let y'all know with the next video. We'll see if it works or not. So take it easy, homie.